3D can be a gimmick. It can either be a great gimmick that can augment a movie, or it can subtract from a movie and make it a total just bad piece of garbage, And the fourth entry in the Final Destination series, The Final Destination. This movie just sucks. I'm just going to say it. We're treated to the beginning of a speedway, of this giant racetrack where there's a lot of cars performing left turns, and we've also got Shinedown's Devour going on. I'll admit that was kind of cool, but just when you think everything's going to be cool, we get into the deaths, and it's just frantic, fast stuff. Okay. Yeah. So it's like the survivors, including a racist, a mechanic, a guy with a cowboy hat, and four fratties, and whatever, they survive and they try and figure out everything going on. It's becoming formulaic and boring, so it's like, okay, let's get everyone just to try and survive, okay? Let's get these kills. Let's just get right to the kills. Let's just get to people just in a car wash, a person whose rectum gets stuck inside a pool, a pool filter or whatever. The stakes aren't even here anymore. It's like, I'm just like, death is coming, and yet there's even no suspense with old Thanatos himself. It's just bad. Okay, let's be fair. Alright, to be fair, the racist guy gets what he deserves, alright? He gets what he deserves by being dragged down by his own tow truck. I will say that. And maybe the acting from the guy named Michael Williams, he was trying to get over coming to peace with his family's death, was it was like really the only decent acting or character in there. And maybe the frat boy, who is Freddie Jones from Scooby-Doo, actually banged Velma and Daphne in every episode or whatever, even though they were meant to, just because they weren't as interesting, they didn't focus on them as much. Let's just have him be a frat boy, 20 years old, and go and have intercourse with a woman. That's what he was, and he was just so douchey, you kind of just want to see him just get it, and it's done well. I will say that. But just to ramp up the gore, and just the 3D. Now listen, I can be a gorehound as much as the other person if it's done right. This is just combined with the 3D effect and the gore. It's just god awful. There's way too many close-ups. There's this snake scene that just it's like they get a close-up of a snake. I mean, I'm desperate. I'm trying to find something positive about this movie. It's just, I don't know, for 80 minutes, there's no suspense. It's like, in all the other movies, they've had the suspense of like maybe 2-ish minutes, I would say, to lead up to what everything is going on. And you could at least understand the characters for the movie, because this was kind of a new concept at the time. But here we just get absolutely nothing. I think this truly was just meant to be like a cash grab for the franchise. And it's like, we're all just going to get quick to the death. We're all just going to have all these 3D scenes of whether if someone's getting their eye, or someone's getting impaled in the eye. Let's just show a 3D shot that was going on, and it's just, no, I'm sorry, I can't really say much. It's like, yeah, it's like we even get it trying to be meta by having our hero, who is going to go into like the where there's still things being built. These 6 additional screens that are being installed inside this multiplex inside a mall. It's like, okay, let's have him just try and destroy let's try to save the day. But just when I thought that, the movie was going to be like, okay, here's an actual death. We get right, the premonition ends and it gets right back to where George, the security guard, gets billed, and I'm like, that was freaking stupid. So he goes and saves the day after getting his own arm impaled with nails. And it's just like, the movie is just trying to be its own meta thing by showing 3D a countdown with an explosion. What could happen if this highly spontaneously combustible stuff was timed in sequence with the movie that was going on inside? And I'm just like, no. It's just, maybe at this point, it's just meant to be cheesy and something you just watch with friends when you're either drinking water, soda, you're higher than Mount Everest, or you're as drunk as a skunk. Maybe it's meant to be like that. So I don't know, but I'm just starting to feel franchise fatigue, man. It's just like, do I even like this? Not particularly. The music, like, with, I guess maybe if I spent maybe more like, I don't know, 5 minutes with the security guard and going into his past, we probably could have gotten at least a different type of characterization, because he was like really. He was also in Forrest Gump, by the way, and some other stuff. It's right there on Wikipedia. It's like maybe we could have gotten a little bit more characterization from him, because he was the only decent actor in there. But nope, they just eliminate him. I'm like, no, don't do that. And ultimately, it's like, just, I'm sorry, I know I'm just being kind of speechless, clueless, and dumbfounded. I just feel dumbfounded. So again, with this franchise, you know exactly what you're getting. You're getting death after death after death. It's campy, and I guess you can watch it with friends. But honestly, at this one, I honestly feel like the Final Destination 4. Well, this movie just overall sucks. I'm sorry. I just can't say it anymore. Watch it with friends while you're on That Alters Your Mind, or with water, or whatever. I don't know. But Final Destination 4, my opinion, thumbs down.